A childhood stolen. The ordeal of Miss Siliadin. Henrietta Siliadin, a young girl from Togo, arrived in France in 1994. She was only 7 years old. Promised a better life, she was instead thrust into the brutal reality of modern slavery. Henrietta was forced to work for a couple in France. They took away her passport and kept her confined. Henrietta's days were filled with endless chores and domestic work. She received no pay and endured both physical and psychological abuse. Her childhood was stolen, replaced by fear and servitude. The Siliadin vs. France case brought to light the horrific practice of modern slavery that continues to plague even developed nations. Enslaved in a foreign land, forced labor and exploitation. Henrietta was forced to work long hours, cleaning, cooking, and caring for the couple's children. She was denied education and contact with the outside world. The couple subjected her to constant threats and intimidation, ensuring her silence and submission. Henrietta's experience is a stark reminder that slavery persists, often hidden in plain sight. Her story sheds light on the vulnerability of children trafficked for exploitation and the urgent need to combat this heinous crime. The battle for justice, legal arguments, and the ECHR's verdict. In 2005, after years of exploitation, Henrietta escaped. She brought her case to the European Court of Human Rights. She argued that France had failed to protect her from slavery, violating Article 4 of the European Convention on Human Rights. The French government argued that its existing laws were sufficient to address such situations. However, the ECHR ruled in favor of Miss Siliadin. The court found that France had failed to implement effective measures to prevent slavery and punish traffickers. Section 4. A triumph for human rights, the implications of the Siliadin case. The Siliadin v. France case was groundbreaking. It marked the first time a state was held accountable for failing to prevent a situation of domestic slavery. The ECHR's judgment sent a clear message. States have a positive obligation to protect individuals from slavery, even within their own borders. The case highlighted the need for stronger legislation, proactive law enforcement, and victim support mechanisms to combat modern slavery. It served as a catalyst for legal reforms and policy changes not only in France, but across Europe. Section 5. A legacy of change, legal reforms, and enhanced protections. Following the ECHR's judgment, France took steps to strengthen its legal framework against trafficking and forced labor. New legislation was introduced, penalties for traffickers were increased, and support services for victims were expanded. The Siliadin case had a ripple effect throughout Europe, prompting other countries to re-evaluate their own efforts to combat modern slavery. Henrietta's bravery in coming forward ensured that her suffering was not in vain. Her case stands as a landmark victory for human rights, paving the way for a future where slavery is relegated to the history books.